Hi guys, welcome back to JaredGunstonTV. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the PocketGT. Okay, so welcome back. As you can see on screen there, that's what the PocketGT looks like on the left. On the right is an Android phone, by the way, phone not included. And in person it looks a little something like this. Nice and small device, and I've plugged into it already, and you can get some really cool tones. If you guys remember the GT1 series and GT100, when they updated to version 2.1, I think it was, that's the sort of software that you have on this. So, I mean, how many guys have been gigging with a GT100 or a GT1 for the past 5 or so years, if not longer, and now you can do something very similar in something like this. Obviously, there's no wah built in, but I'm going to take you through some of the things quickly, and let's get started with getting started. So what you're going to want to do is go to the Boss PocketGT web page. Looks a little something like that. There'll be a nice little video playing for you up on the top. And then you scroll down, then you got your features, specs, accessories. I'm not sure what accessories come with this thing. Cables and straps. Okay. So we're going to go to downloads, and we're going to download the Boss Tone Studio for the PocketGT version 1. I'm not sure if there's going to be any major updates on this anytime soon, because it's quite a simple device. And like I said, we've got years worth of GT1 and GT100 technology that's gone into this thing. The only thing I can imagine that they might have to check or that bugs might appear at some point is maybe the connecting with Bluetooth and getting the YouTube to play as YouTube updates. You know, maybe something will come along. I'm not too sure. Okay, so I'm going to pop it over here. PocketGT. Okay. Okay, there's our download, and as always, you're going to want to extract this to its own folder. And then you're going to want to run it. You get a manual in PDF as well. It's you've probably seen the videos. It's a really great device for using YouTube videos to learn how to play guitar, and just to use as a all-in-one sort of rehearsal unit. Like I said, we're using GT100 tech to rehearse with. I mean, that's really nothing to put your nose up about. I used those sounds for years, and it all went well. Okay, so I'm not going to launch it yet. Let's minimize that. What's quite cool as well is, okay, so down the side, no, that way. You can see you got your power on button, you got your USB in, your charge, that goes green when it's full, and your input. And then on this side, You've got your phone's record out, which is the mini jack. You got your master volume, auxiliary in, and center cancel. That center cancel is apparently for, you know, that sort of karaoke type remove the vocals. So you flip it on by turning the power on there on the side. Sorry, that was the center button. The power on the side, that side. Looks like that. And then you can see down the top you've got your value. So as you rotate value, you go through all your patches. Then you've got 3 knobs, and you can have a look on the picture there. You've got gain, level, and reverb, and then you've got overdrive, mod, and delay. And then you've got 3 buttons. When you press the select, it jumps from which row you're editing. So it changes what these 3 become. And then you've got a Bluetooth sync in the middle there, which I need to still try with my phone, because I was running my phone out of a small mini jack stereo into the auxiliary of this. But if the Bluetooth from my phone will go straight to this and be able to play the audio out, then I don't need that cable. So that's pretty cool. And then lastly, you got a tuner and exit button. Tuner's pretty cool. I mean, basically, you've got something the size of a large, or at least an old sort of tuner device size. Oh, and then you've got these 3 buttons here, and this controls your Bluetooth, whatever you connecting it from. So if you're connecting it from your phone, this will be previous, next, pause, and play. So that's pretty cool with that. I'm going to turn this off for now. And now we are going to load up. Oh, sorry. Boss provides you with one of these, which is a USB to, I think it's a B. So we're going to plug that in. And I'm going to get my first look at what the Tone Central looks like. Okay, connection's made, and you can see charge goes on because it already starts charging your device. I mean, that's just great, because you'll thank yourself later, really. I'm not sure if I have to turn this on, but I'm going to, just to be safe. So on. So we are now on and charging. So that means I don't have to worry about my battery dying. Let's just double check if I need a driver or anything. Or if it's a Windows installs automatically. Your computer automatically installs. Okay, so like I do in all my videos now, which I highly recommend it. Is going to, every time you connect a new device, go into your settings and just go to Windows Update and just let it scan. You don't have to install any Windows updates, just allow it to scan in case there's anything from Roland sitting there. Okay, nothing. So that means it should be ready to go. Let's open up PocketGT Boss Tone Studio. There it is. There it is. Now, I've got a show coming up in December. 2 shows. a cover band and a tribute, and I need to learn, or at least rehearse, about 50, 60 songs. Let's just go through all this. Okay, so you got your tuner, your pitch, your output set to mute, bass mode on and off, favorite memory. That's something I'd like to look into. I did make one drive sort of the first time I played with it, with the orange drive, because that was my favorite from the 100 series. I'm not sure how you use the favorites, but I will check it out. So you can actually set what you want each one of these knobs to do. That's pretty rad. I'm not going to change it though, because I quite like the fact that it's got details of what each one does. Memory extent, this would be if you were only going to play, like I did in my previous video, only 5 patches, then you would do so. Rewind, fast forward. Yeah, that's cool. USB setting, dry out. What it looks like in some of the pictures is guys use this to track with, and I don't see why you can't. So if you're brand new to the world of Boss, and you wanted to try out a GT100, at least what it sounds, here's a very small compact version. Device, that's cool. Battery check, full, owners, and version. Okay, but let's have a look here. You've got wah pedals. I'm not really sure how we would use these. And there's no there's no control out and whatnot. So I'm not really sure about that. Overdrive. You should remember these. These are the traditional Boss overdrives. Amp. So here we go down nostalgia, guys. Remember these? Personally, that one is my favorite, because you can crank the mids and you get a cool sound. There's nice gain on it as well. Okay, effects. What do we got? Compressor, limiter, touch wah. The touch wah makes sense. Graphic, parametric, tone modifier, guitar sim. I think that was humbucker to single. This is one of the things I know a lot of guys on the new 1000 wish they had. This was a cool stomp effect. I'll show you one if it's on here that I used to like. Acoustic guitar sim. Not as good as the new one. Pitch shift, harmonizer, overtone, feedbacker. Nice for solos. Phaser, flange, tremolo, rotary, univ, vibrato, chorus, sub delay. Okay, so my favorite's not in here. I used to like the humanizer. So you get 1, 2 effect slots, a noise suppressor, a foot volume. Again, I don't know what would be controlling this unless Boss are planning to release Bluetoothable stomps. Maybe. Who knows? Delays, what do we got? Standard. Up. You got the Terra. And there's all your reverbs. And what's in master? Patch level, BPM, key, and a small little master EQ here. That's cool, man. Alright, so now what we need to do is make connection between your phone and your PocketGT. I'm editing this here because I did a few trials and errors to see what was right and wrong. If this was connected with the USB cable to Boss Tone Studio, off, on. Trust me, you'll save yourself a lot of hassle. Then on the phone, we're going to go into Bluetooth. And on the device, we're going to press and hold the Bluetooth button until the flashing begins for about 3 seconds. Okay. And now on the phone, we are going to pair with the PocketGT audio connected. And you see the flashing has stopped. And now we're going to go into the PocketGT software. Connection has been made. All right. Cool. So, as you can see, it's the same as what I just showed you in Tone Studio. You've got your whole thing. You can press on a block to turn it on and off, or you can press and hold, and you go in, and you can adjust. Here's a tip for you. Go into preamp. Scroll all the way down, go to rock verb, turn the gain up to 90 or 110. Put the mids up to about 90, treble to about 50, bass to about between 40 and 50, presence down, and speaker type on 412. That'll get you started on a nice drive tone. Anyway. So now what I want to do is I want to figure out a way to load in my rehearsal that I need to do at home. So session list. Okay, let's make a new one. Music library. Okay, that's new. Now that you can't do from Tone Studio. So we're going to go music library next. And we're going to go into files, downloads, because this is where I put my work. You have to do one at a time. Let's try. Okay, yeah, of course. Okay. Cool. So we are back now, and I have loaded in my entire set. You can see here. That is one thing I would maybe like to be able to do, is to import more than one MP3 at a time onto the software on my Android phone. But anyway, so what I wanted to show you as well is while you're in there, if you click and hold on any of them, you can adjust the order like that. And there's an edit button should you want to copy or delete. And if you want to rename, you just press the 3 dots on the side. That's about it really. And so for example, this Alex patch I have watched and I've played around with, so that one's going to, actually before I delete it, let me show you. This is what it's going to look like when you load it up, and it's obviously going to play Alex's demo. Let me just see if I plug my audio cable into the phones, which is there on the side. There. Are we going to get some audio? Looks like it.
Hi there, Alex Hutchings here, and welcome to this tutorial on how to set up and get the best out.
You see, and now looking at that, you see, Alex will explain this for you. But you see all those blue notches there. Those are all patch changes. And you're going to want to, when you're rehearsing, obviously you don't have stomps and all that, so you would go into your song, and then you would push the right arrow, and then you start adding markers. Cut that audio, I don't want copyright claims. And then it's just as simple as pressing the start, marker set, and can I pull that? yeah, that's how you just edit it, because I was wrong. I wanted right at the beginning, marker 1. And you can obviously, name these if you want. But I'm going to pull up, where's my Gunston that I made? Gunston Drive. It was either that one or it was the P shift lead that I overwrote. I can't remember. So anyway, so basically, let's say you're playing around with your unit. You're now on that patch. Now, when you go and press on go on my track that I've now put the patch edit in, this should change.
Thank you very much. What we're going to do is we're going to do this song.
Why didn't that change? Say memory number 1. Let's do it at maybe 1 second. Alright, let's go back out. Cancel. No, I do not want to. Let's go back to Alex. Change around a few patches. So we're now on 16. Okay, I'm going to pause there. Now I want to go in and start my rehearsal.
Thank you very much.
And there we go. Goes over to patch 1 because I set patch 1. And it's as easy as just going in and just changing that to, let's make it P lead, because I think that's the other one I was playing around with. Okay, then we go back. And then you can click and drag along this bar. So you can see even Alex's one will start changing.
Head back to the session screen.
Alright, but now I want to go back to my rehearsal. I've played around enough. Let's go number 30. Now I played around, I like the sound, maybe I saved it back onto patch number 14. Let's go into my thing. There you go. And it pulls it up. And yeah, so basically you just go into there, you go to the right, you make markers where your solo is, your clean versus your distorted choruses, and then you just push play and this thing will change your sounds for you. I mean, how cool is that? So anyway, so that's how I'm going to start rehearsing for my tribute stuff coming now, end of the year. But yeah, let me quickly grab a guitar and I will just show you a sample. 1 sec. Alright, so I've got my guitar, I've got my wireless plugged in, and all I'm going to do is just take my bug, because I'm not going to plug the USB in for this. Plug it into the input. I'd happily play with those sounds. Now, is there a way that I can use tracks with a guitar for like very portable type shows? Can you imagine just going on with a guitar? Just a guitar and one of these and a phone. Pretty sick. Anyway, guys, that was a quick first impression and setting up the PocketGT. Let me know if you guys need any more help. I mean, Alex has done a phenomenal job on his tutorials there. So anything you need to know, go check his video. It's on the Boss channel, as well as he's got a few on his own personal channel. I just wanted to chime in with my 2 cents on how I'm going to be using it. Beats having to set up an amp and all that sort of jazz. Speaking of jazz, catch you guys later, man. Thanks again for tuning in. Cheers.